Yo, good evening. We are back with another episode. How y'all doing out there? This your boy, Silas Williams. Welcome to Clout Chasing. This is where we mix the culture with the real estate. Of course, I'm about to go live on IG, so let me go ahead and do that too. Boop. I'm gonna do that intro one more time for my people out there. I hope y'all had a good day. Yo, what's up, Instagram Live? This your boy, Silas Williams, also known as Clout Chasing, aka Big Clout. This is where we mix the culture with the real estate. And we also live on Facebook if you want to go join us there. I will say, please hit the like button, share the video, please. Today we're talking about, let me just make sure I got my ducks in a row. Yay! We are talking about another article, how eviction brands renters with a scarlet letter, right? So these evictions have been going crazy lately. Y'all know the pandemic is taking folks out slowly but surely, right? Especially, unfortunately, our black women. It's been crazy out there, y'all. Um, this is the policies and everything, is it's not favorable to us in our community, but I don't want any of our African American women to panic. I'm gonna explain why in a second, right? Because we're gonna talk about the article, but I like to help our people get at least a little bit of solutions. So if you're on IG, you might want to head over to the Facebook because the link for the solution is in the Facebook description. It's unfortunately not on the IG bio. Um, but yeah, like I said, Kevin Samuels called it, y'all, like about black women being out on the streets, being homeless with with their children, right? And this, like I said, this is really not it's not what we want, you know what I mean? But it's the reality. It's the reality of what's happening, right? Our people are being evicted, right? They ain't got no more stimulus money. The stimulus checks is gone. No more stimmies, baby. No more stimmies, right? And so y'all might not know this, but I'm gonna tell y'all a little something about me, myself. In the city, y'all not gonna believe it. Y'all not gonna believe this. You see my face? You see this? I used to be a model. Real sh- real sh- real talk. I used to be a model. Not a I was a model once for one thing, right? For one thing. I was actually the model. Y'all can Google this. Go and Google it. Minimize your page and Google what I'm about to tell you. I was a model for the founder of Chicago, the statue. There's a bust of the founder of Chicago. I'm actually the model for that piece of artwork that's in Chicago. And next month, I possibly may be going to Chicago to do a big reveal of this huge piece of artwork. So if you're on my Facebook page, you see I always be reposting this big giant head. Y'all like, what this dude keep posting his head about? It's for that. Now, I bring up Chicago, the Windy City, shy rack, because this article talks about Cook County, which is in Chicago, which is part of Chicago, right? Um, and so we're gonna get into this article that's from Newswire about our African American women being evicted. Look, Kevin Samuels tried to warn y'all, our ladies, black women, they didn't want to listen. They wanted to fight back at the man. They wanted to be combative. They wanted to be argumentative. They did not want to listen to what the Godfather was giving them game and saying, look, ladies, yeah, you have cute privilege, right? You got pretty privilege right now. But when you 60, 70 years old, and you can't work no more. There's no more OnlyFans. Where's the money going to come from? And if you don't have the money to pay your bills, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Where do you go? Right? Where do you go? You go to the streets. She for the streets. Break the glass on it, baby, for the streets. Look, unfortunately, that's the cold reality, and that's what's been happening. The other article the other day, we talked about black women in Las Vegas being homeless. Before that, the nation in general, the United States in general. Now we focus in on Chicago. It's happening all across the country. Now, not only are they being evicted, right? Single black women, right, at a higher rate than any other group of people. Mostly, see, everybody's being hurt by the pandemic, right? Everybody, no matter what race, no matter what sex. But the most affected has been our black women, right? Had they listened to my man's, the Godfather, became a wife and let a husband find them, then the chances of being out on the street slim down a little bit, you know? But, you know, some people you can't teach them. You know, they got to learn for themselves. They independent, you know. They thought they was Master P. They thought they was independent, black owned. That's what they thought. Until the landlord came and said, hey, y'all ain't paying me rent about 18 months. Get your hit the door. You gotta go. Because once the sheriff show up to your house for an eviction, it's a wrap. It's a wrap once the sheriff show up for the eviction. Kevin tried to warn these women, but they didn't listen. Look, not only is it bad because you got evicted from your place that you was living at, okay, that's bad. But once you get evicted, that is on your record. So you just don't go from, oh, I'm living in this 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom rental property. I get evicted. I took a loss. So now I'm going to bounce back real quick. Next month, I'm going to go to another 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. Because what happens is the people get the paperwork. When you do your application, they get the paperwork and they run your background check and they see that you have an eviction on your record, right? Now, when you have that eviction on your record, some places, they're not accepting people who had a history of evictions, on their record. It's called no-evictions. So if you do an application for an apartment complex, for a rental home, whatever, and these companies, these property management companies, these owners have this policy where they do not accept people who have evictions on their records, it's going to make it so much harder for you to get a place to live. So much harder. Look, let me introduce myself, those of you who may not know. My name is Savalas Williams, like we said at the beginning. This is Cloud Chasing, the YouTube channel. It's not Savalas Tube, it's YouTube. It's all about y'all. I'm bringing y'all the information. I want y'all, even on IG, I want y'all to be informed of what's happening. And so y'all can possibly help somebody out if they need it and if you're able to help, right? At least you'll have the information to know why someone's in this situation, right? Just a little bit about me. For the past several years, I've been educating myself about the world of real estate, right? I have an associate's degree in real estate. I have a certificate of completion in real estate. I have a certificate in commercial real estate through BOMA. Also have a bachelor's degree in business management with a concentration in real estate. And also, I've managed my own property. I had a couple properties, right? Managed one, dealt with tenants, had to fire some property managers, had to evict some people, had to try to find some people, do some marketing to get some people into some rooms, into some homes. Had to do some remodeling to some homes, had to take a loss. Took a loss, right? People think, oh, you do real estate stuff. Oh, you must be rich. Oh, everything's sunshine and rainbows. Took a loss. Bounce back though. Always bounce back. Look, currently working in property management as a grounds crew member um, for military housing. I was doing service coordinator work for military housing. Now I'm working the grounds, right? Whole different beast out there. If y'all seen my TikTok, y'all seen a lot of the stuff that I put out on TikTok about that kind of work, right? But it's all property management, whether you're doing maintenance, groundworks, if you're in the office doing administrative work, it's all property management. And this is what I am excited about, real estate. But some people not. You know who's not excited about real estate? These black women who getting evicted. Look, all right, Newswire says in the article, it's a shame, y'all. While many might assume that racial housing segregation is a thing of the past, predatory practices by landlords keep it alive in communities across the country. Right? Landlords commonly use no evictions policies that unfairly shut out families from housing for years. Now, y'all know like this stuff, these evictions stay on your record for like 7 years, right? Fight it if you want to, but it stays on there for 7 years, right? Um, so you have to be very responsible. Make sure you communicate with your landlords, your property managers about if you don't have the money, right? But our black women, they had that pandemic money. They don't got it no more. Let me tell y'all my solution though for our black women. I didn't tell y'all the solution. Let me tell you the solution before we go too far into this article about these black women being evicted. Kevin told y'all winter is coming. They didn't believe Kevin Samuels. You ain't gotta believe me. I'm reading the article. This article came out 2 days ago, or 3 days ago now, right? Well, I'm on the East Coast, so it's already the 28th. This came out July 25th this year, right? This article. But my solution, not just for black women, but for all of our people, really, when it comes to this housing industry and this housing market, right? Here's a solution. We know the problem, like the pandemic came, renters, people weren't paying rent. You have to build a ton of homes really quickly in order to balance out the supply and demand issue as far as the pricing of rent, right? That's what you would have to do to get the price down, right? Because if your rent used to be $1,500 in 2019, and then in 2023, it's no longer $1,500, it's $3,500, right? We need to build a bunch of homes quickly as possible, right? In order to bring that price back down. However, the likelihood of that actually happening, it's not going to be that quick at all. So, the other solution is for our black women and our people, and for myself, right? I'm actually a participant, that we need higher income jobs. We need higher income jobs. So to my black women out there who struggling to pay the rent, they don't got a husband, they don't got a man, and sometimes, let me be honest, sometimes the man don't be working. Sometimes the man just lay on the couch. Sometimes the man is more of a burden than a provider. My cousin got a channel, and he talks about the real man movement, right? Salute to my cousin. Anyway, our solution, in the description below, you will find a link for tech boot camp school called Careerist. use my link. You'll get a discount on the price. You want to all check that out. If you're on the YouTube, please go to that link because we need higher paying jobs, right? So you got to get into the tech industry, right? What's up, little cuz? You got to get into the tech industry, right? And so to our black women who just barely making it check to check, as we can see, right? Getting evicted left and right, and they got the kids with them. They got the children with them, and the children getting put on the street too, right? We need higher paying jobs. That's basically what we need. So we need new skills. If you go to my reference link, my referral link, if you go to my referral link for careerists, I did careerists in February. They also do an internship for you. You do the course training. I went from February to April, right? And they give you a mentor, and they have someone help you with your resume, and you got somebody with you with careerists throughout the whole journey of you trying to get a job in the tech industry, right? It's different. The course I took was for sales tech engineer, right? It's kind of similar to what I'm doing here on YouTube, finding an issue, a problem, learning about it, and regurgitating it back to potential buyers, businesses, really, as far as the tech thing goes. But we need higher paying jobs for our women and our men, actually, for all of us, if we want to stop being put in situations where we're being put out on the street. So I also got it's also in the description below. You can find out, you can use my referral links to get stocks if you guys are into stocks. Banking, if you don't have a bank, credit cards, and all this type of things is below on my YouTube description. So y'all check those links out. Please check them out. Look, back to the article though for the women, right? And what the article saying about just the housing and people being evicted in general. It says, let me go. All right, here we go. Blanket bans on people with arrest and conviction records, selective enforcement of crime-free, nuisance-free ordinance, sources of income discrimination, all continue to impact who? The Black household in Cook County and across the United States. Once again, Cook County, we know where is that at? Chicago. Now, they're taking on the no eviction policies as a significant barrier to fair housing for all families, right? So not just for Black people, not just for white people, but for all families, right? They're taking on this no evictions because if landlords and owners and property managers are not accepting or not really considering people with evictions on their records, then where will they go? See, women, it's a little different. It's a bunch of women's shelters and everything, right? They got women's shelters, not too many man shelters, right? Not too many man shelters. We're going to skip down. We argue that Oak Park Apartments, which is Oak Park, Illinois, no eviction policy both discriminates against Black renters and Black women renters and reinforces residential segregation. Now you can look at this a couple ways, right? Some people they want to be segregated, right? Some of us want to be segregated. Like I don't want to be hanging around with other people. I just want to be around my people, right? I mean, some people they want to integrate. They want to stay integrated. I mean, to each his own, right? But we have to understand what's actually happening here, right? According to an expert analysis between September 2010 to March 2023, a housing provider that enforces a policy that denies the opportunity to rent to anyone who has an eviction filing or judgment, denying homes to Black households and Black women in particular. Ooh, with evictions in Cook County at the highest rate they've been in years. No eviction policies will continue to block families from new housing opportunities. This is sad because this will block people from housing opportunities, like I just said. Because if that's on your record, then nobody will take you. You know what I mean? Nobody will give you a home. So that means what? What do we have to do? Get higher paying jobs and go buy some property. We have to become owners, right? We have to become owners. We have to. Let's go down. Oak Park Apartments. No eviction policy is even more alarming because it perpetrates segregation in Oak Park. For more than 50 years, the village of Oak Park has made deliberate efforts to build and maintain a racial integrated community. Let's go down. Let's check it out. Okay, here we go. All communities, and especially those dedicated to promoting integration, such as Oak Park, deserves better than landlord policies that deny Black women the human right to housing opportunities. They're just saying, hey, this is a human rights issue, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think, right? You need somewhere to live. Everybody needs somewhere to live. So is it a human rights issue? Of course it is. Of course. Right? And it's like the landlord. See, this is the thing. Listen. Come here. Listen. I just said that we need to be owners. Because this policy in this community, it said this is a landlord's policy that they're denying Black women the human right of housing opportunity, right? The owners, the landlords, the owners, they're doing this. It's not the city, it's not the county, it's not the government. It's the owners of the property, right? If you're an owner, you know, there's laws, and you know, you're not supposed to do stuff like this. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to do, but some people do it anyway, right? This real estate game can get real nasty. There's some owners and investors who, when they have properties, they want some cash, they will put the property, they will promote the property like it's available to rent. So people will try to rent the property. They will do a whole application that's $35, $50, right? And the owners will pocket the money, knowing good and well that home, that unit is not for rent, right? It's a shiesty game. It's shiesty. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Secretary Marcy Fudge has called on fair housing movement to take action to correct the systems and barriers that causing harm to our communities. We have responded and trust that HUD will use its investigative and enforcement authority to eliminate these harmful policies in Oak Park, Cook County, and across the country. So, hey, it sounds like they actually working on trying to get rid of this, right? This will help so many Black families. But once again, Kevin Samuels called it. He said, hey, sisters, get you a husband. Learn how to be a wife. Learn how to communicate and how to operate. What? I'm just now seeing it says no sound. Y'all can't hear me over here on Facebook? It's great, no sound. Goodness. I'm going to keep going. So, let me see. Where we at? Y'all hear me? Okay, cool. Hey, thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. I was about to be like, hold on, let me go to sleep. All right, so I got one more article. I'm not even gonna read the whole thing. I'm just gonna tell y'all about it. For my people who are actually in Chicago and dealing with this, there's actually a website called gcrealtyinc.com. GCREALTYINC.com, where it talks about Chicago property management, what you must know about Cook County eviction process 2023. And I'm just going to hit the highlights. It is actually a video on there that y'all can watch. Check that out. Right? It's an interview between the property manager and I guess a couple of guests. But step one, it says serving the 5-day notice. So that's going to happen. You're going to get a 5-day notice. Right? Step two, let me go down to it. During the 5-day notice, you have a window in order to get some stuff done in those 5 days if you are the tenant and if you are the landlord, right? Step three, once the 5-day notice has expired, what you can expect next, right? What's going to happen after that? Step four, after eviction filings, but before the first court date. So the property managers, they go to the court's house, they file the eviction officially with the courts, but you haven't made it to court yet. And so that's step four. Step five, preparing for the first court date. So what you need to bring, how many days it's going to be. It breaks that all down with the tenant needs, what the landlord has. Step six, second court date. Man, I'm telling you, these court dates for these evictions, like it's something serious, guys. It's the third court date if necessary, fourth court date, fifth court date. It's crazy, y'all. See, getting somebody evicted from a home for a landlord is very difficult depending on where you live and depending on your resources, right? A lot of times people just don't get evicted and they're gone the next day. This takes months. For me, when I had to go through my eviction process with my resident, it took like 6 months, right? They were living rent-free for an additional 6 months after we went to court, after the judge said, Mr. Williams, you are right. This tenant owes you money. It still took 6 months before the sheriff was able to actually get it done. Filing for the Cook County sheriffs. Yeah, the sheriffs got to come. You got to pay them. You steady paying people too in the process of an eviction, right? Step 11, just waiting on the sheriff. Yeah, you'll be waiting for a little bit. Moving out the tenant's items. If they leave some stuff in the home, you got to get it out. I think that's it. That's the last one on that one. And so, yeah, y'all check that out if y'all want to know about the process and deep details about that. So I'm going to end this. We're going to close out. I got to go to work in the morning, y'all. But I want to share one last thing with y'all. Thank y'all for rocking. I appreciate you. Thank you, Tony. Thank you all my people on IG who checked in. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Once again, Kevin Samuels was right. He called it. He nailed it. He said, Black women, y'all going to be out on the streets. Y'all think it's not going to happen, but it's very well, it's going to happen. And it's been happening. Black women are being put out on the street. That's my baby. Molly? Okay, baby, hold on. Go lay down. Let me go get her. Hold on. Come on, Stinky. You gonna have to do the video? All right. Sorry about that. My baby just woke up. You say hi, Molly? Hi. All right. Like I told y'all before, I have 3 little Black girls. I'm married to a Black woman, so I take this a little bit differently than most people. But anyway, I wanted to share with y'all. Since the pandemic, the state that has the most evictions filed, right? So if you live in this place, let me know. With over 260,000 eviction filings since March 15th, 2020 is, you guess. You put it in the chat. Tell me what you think it is. Tell me what state you think it is. What state has the most eviction filings since March 15, 2020? What state y'all think it is? Is it Hawaii? Is it New York? Is it Louisiana? Is it Florida? Which state you think? California. Ooh. Y'all know I'm from Hawaii. You think Hawaii? Okay. She say, my baby said she think it's Hawaii.
Dad, look.
Cal. Yeah, I know. You see the dots, girl? That's our background. That's cool. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. California's a good one. Now I moved from California to VA. I'm originally from Cali. Survey says Pennsylvania. I would have never believed it until I pulled it up. Pennsylvania has over 260,000 filings for evictions. So if y'all know people who live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, what's another big city in Pennsylvania? Those are the two big ones, right? Yeah. And I'm looking at the chart right here. It's steady climbing, the filing rate. It's not slowing down, y'all. So Pennsylvania, and then so that's since the pandemic. Well, wow. Hey, somebody getting kicked out, cuz. Somebody definitely getting kicked out, right? That's since the pandemic. That's the largest state, right? Now, let's talk about, and then we're going to go ahead and say goodnight. I'm going to salute y'all a good night, man. In the last week, just this last week, right? The last 7 days here in July, right? Which state had the most filings? And it's not Pennsylvania, but I'll tell you this, Pennsylvania is second, right? Which state had the most filings in the last 7 days? And that number is climbing as well. These numbers are ridiculous, dog. Which state in the last week, right? So in these places, you can imagine Pennsylvania, the black women in Pennsylvania, right? Isn't what's my boy? Dr. Umar Johnson, isn't he from Philly? It's a lot of Nevada. Nevada's a good one. We talked about Las Vegas on the last show. We talked about Las Vegas and how black women are being evicted out of Las Vegas. How the courtrooms was packed in Vegas, right? Nevada, Reno. Well, Nevada, you got Vegas, you got Reno, Carson City. It's a good guess, but it's not the right answer. The right answer is actually Virginia. 2 up, 2 down, VA, baby. That's where I'm at. I'm in Virginia. I'm in Hampton Roads, right? Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Hampton, Newport News. Yeah. And so Virginia had 3,011.
Why is this counting?
Because this is how many people got evicted, or the filings that went for evictions. Mm-hmm. Girl, you need to say, excuse me. Mm-hmm. Over 3,000 filings came out last week.
Why is this 3,000?
Because look right here. See that number? 3011, 3,011 evictions came out. And so it's weird because here it's a lot of, Hampton Roads, it's a lot of military. Why changing colors? It's just showing you how to separate the chart. But the other part, the western side of Virginia, not West Virginia, but from Richmond, all that on that side, is not so much military. So the financial situation is a lot different, right? But that shocked me when I seen it was Virginia that was first for the most eviction filings, right? But I work in military housing, and people get kicked out the military all the time, and they leave their stuff in these homes, and they leave the homes a mess.
You want to kick out?
Yeah, so they don't necessarily get evicted, but they just like abandoned, right? And so, but these are actually people who are these are filings that's with the court system. And so that just gives you guys just an idea of what's happening. If you're in these areas, Pennsylvania, Virginia, the East Coast, and you're looking for um, a black woman, you might find one out here on the street, right? Or maybe living with her baby daddy now. Ooh, ooh. What Kevin say? Go back to your baby daddy. You make that work, right? Pennsylvania, Virginia, that might be something that's happening right now. All right, y'all. I want to thank y'all for rocking with me. I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. Appreciate y'all. Let Molly tell y'all good night. First, we're going to break the glass. Okay, Molly? All right, break the glass. All right, there we go. This your boy, Savalas Williams. This is Cloud Chasing, where we mix the culture with the real estate. Be careful, girl. That's right, girl. All right, and y'all have a good night. Until next time, we're gonna bring y'all the next show, and we're gonna try to come up with some more solutions and some more breakdowns of actually what's happening with these black women getting evicted all across the country. Y'all have a blessed night. Until next time, I'm gonna see y'all later. Say night, Molly.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Thanks for your show.
You are.